afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday. How's everyone's Sunday going? You're all feeling a bit cooler. It's absolutely raining here. It's ridiculous. Okay. If you could watch as far as you can into this video, because I've got a question at the end and it's something that's been bugging me a little bit, and I'm sure I probably know the answer, but I'd rather see what other people think. So how have you all been? How's your budget going? Mine is back on track. In fairness, it never massively went off track, but it's back on track somewhat. The only thing we've discovered is we can't not eat takeaways. I've been trying to do no takeaway thing. We can't do it. We just can't do it. So what we've decided to do is in August, if he wants a takeaway, he has to pay for it. It doesn't come out the budget. It comes separate money-wise. And I am going to stick to that. I'll eat the takeaway, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to let him get away with it, because if he thinks, well, I should be paying for it out the budget, well, the budget is for what it's budgeted for. And I want to get us straight on what we're doing. At the moment, we're paying about £600 a month in debts. And I want to get that down by at least half. And I can't do that by myself. So I'm very much of the opinion that if he wants it, he pays for it. And we'll see how we go. I had a weird few weeks actually. Right, I got a call. I hadn't put this debt in the budget, because I forgot about it. I was so used to paying it that it was an automatic thing. And it was that I had some rent arrears. And I got a phone call off the housing the other day, and they said that's paid off. So I am now going to be £75 a month better off, which sounds brilliant, until you realise that I then got an email off Scottish Power saying, oh, your monthly payments need to go up by £19 a month. And I'm like, ugh. And then I'm actually working with bailiffs at the moment to pay off an old council tax debt. And they want me to put it up by £10 a week. And as much as that's frustrating, it couldn't have come at a better time, because I see it as a win that still leaves us £16 a month better off than we were in July. So I see that as a small win, a very, very, very small win, but a win nonetheless. So I've been working out my August budget. And ooh, it is my dreams. Do you like that? I made myself a booklet of different things that I'm doing. Got a bit bored when it was hot. I thought, oh, can't be bothered. It was so hot, wasn't it? It was so flipping hot. Okay, so I allowed for all my adjustments for this month. Begrudgingly, but I have. And oh, sorry, got an itch. When my daughter was a dancer, a dance teacher used to say, dancers don't have itches. They blooming do have itches. They're just not allowed to scratch. But I can scratch because no one can see me. Okay, so I've worked out the autumn budget, and I've put in all the numbers and all that, and what I've got to do and what I've got to take out and stuff like that. And I'm going to be £60 in credit at the end of the month, which isn't a lot of money, but it's more than I thought I was going to have. So I'm seeing that again as a win, because I think you've got to take the wins when they come. Because if you don't do that, then you're just miserable all the time. It's a hard job if you don't celebrate every little win. As long as you don't celebrate it with a takeaway, then you're all right. As long as you celebrate it in a way that's, yay, not costing me any money. Okay, so what I've been thinking about is, if the money's left in the bank, as I'm sure this will not come as any news to you. As the money's left in the bank, sometimes you just card it, don't you? Oh, you know, I've got that money in there, that'll be all right. Now, I've got Hyperjars at the moment. I've been doing a few bits with the Hyperjars. And so I've decided to put that £60 a month in a Hyperjar until I decide what to do. Because that way, it's not going to go while I decide what to do. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. When I get paid, when we all get paid at the end of the month, I'm going to be taking out all the monthly shopping money, the bins money, the window cleaners money, and the £60 will be going over in a Hyperjar. So all the money that's just left in the bank is the money that's coming out of the bank for my direct debits and my standing orders. So that's my plan. I say me plan. That's my plan. We'll see how that goes, yeah. And I know I haven't done a lot recently for a while, but it's not stopped me doing my penny challenge. It's not stopped me. If I've had any notes, I've just been putting them in the little wooden box with the coins for the penny challenge. But that money's starting to look a little bit, I could do with that. But I don't need it because we've got everything we need. Everything's paid for. We've got everything we need. So there's no point in putting it off any longer. So we're going to be doing some putting money away. So we have the return of the Positive Vibes bus. And in the wooden box, I have notes. Have anyone noticed how easily they stay folded, these new notes? I'm debating getting an iron out to make them all straight. They just don't seem to want to not crinkle. I don't remember if it was like that with the old ones. I can't remember, to be fair. Never used to use cash for very much for a long time. Because once you can just blib your card, you don't need to. But that gets you all into all kinds of trouble, don't it? So I've got 5, 10, 15, £20 there. And it's going away. So, Positivity Vibes tin. You are going to treat me well today. And I am going to be putting the £20 into one of these. Oh, see, I had them neat and tidy and now they're all messed again. I'm a human being. There's not a lot I can do about that. I was born a human being and I will mess up like a human being. Can anyone ever find the end? There we go. There's the end. And we will seal it because sealed means don't open. And it will be going in the Positivity tin. And we'll stay there until I decide there's enough in there to take the money out. In the long run, Fandango Towers is going to be a lot better off for what I'm doing. So that is Positivity tin done. I will move that out my way because I've got enough stuff going on here without... I will also move this out the way because there's nothing I can do with that until next month. So what else have you been doing, Lou? Okay, let's have a look. My penny challenge. Now, I have already counted this, so I know what is to be marked off. In there's £7 and 28 pence. I promise you. It's been tips that I've had or change that I've had or stuff that my fella's thrown in to help because he's very helpful. And that £7.28 is going to be put in this way. £2.94. Can you see what I'm doing there? Let me just have a quick whoop. Yeah. £2.94. £2.93. And £1.41. This is coming on really nice, actually. I still give my fella the numbers so he can put them in the Little Piggy app because he likes to hear it oink. Small things, but at the same time, that is what suits him. We are now on our 3rd tin from the pound shop. The other 2 are full because I took all the coppers out of my copper saving jar and put them all in the other 2. And it doesn't take much copper to fill a tin, does it? Let's be realistic about this. Right, okay. This is why I normally do all this off camera, but, you know, it's here now. So we're going to do it now. There we go. There we go. So that is another £7.28 gone in the tin. We will move that out of the way. We're putting away, ready for next week. Okay, what will be next? Christmas. I get Park Campers vouchers at Christmas. And I think they're great because you can spend them anywhere. The only place you can't spend them is actually online. But I think they're great for giving out, and people can go and get what they want and all that themselves. So I pay £60 a month, and I've been keeping my tracker going here. And each of these stars is £30. And I now have ready for Christmas £360. So I'm getting there, and we're going to have a goal of the 600, which is the 10 months of 60. I find it's good because you can use them in Iceland and you can use them in quite a lot of shops. But I always get my big Christmas shop from Iceland, my big turkey and all that. I go to the massive big shop by us. And using the vouchers is a blessing because, like I say, you put money aside, you're very tempted to dip into it, and I don't want to dip into it. So this way, it's money that I haven't got cash, but it's money that I know is coming back to me. It makes my life a lot easier in the long run. The other thing I started doing, because I knew I didn't have a lot of money every month to actually put aside. So I've started just doing little things like the penny challenge, like the notes that I've just put in the positivity tin. And also I've started doing the 0 out challenge. I did talk about this on my last video, actually. The 0 out challenge. I've still got another week to go because I do this on a Friday night. Because it's nice to have a fresh start knowing where you are on the Monday. And not a lot of money tends to come out of the bank over the weekend. So this week just gone, I had £4.18 to transfer over. But I also cashed out £12 from, I was doing the cashback thing, you know, because when we went to download, we needed bits. And we noticed that we could get quite a lot of money back by using the Money Back app. So we ended up just getting £12 back, but it's £12 we wouldn't have had. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a bonus, and I've added it to the 0 out challenge. So far in that, I've got £32.28, and I'll be honest, not missed it. Not missed it. I just take out the pounds and the pence, the first digits of the pounds and the pence, to give yourself an even amount to start the next week with. Sorry. And I'm finding that that's working really, really well for me. That's not a bad chunk of money without a great deal of pain. So that's the other thing I'm doing. Okay, so confession time. I've not been really honest with myself over my debts. I think I kind of touched on this in the last video. So what I've started doing is more closely monitoring the debts, because you can say you've paid off X amount of pounds on your money, but if you've used your card, you haven't spent that much of it. If you don't include the interest, you haven't seen exactly what you've paid off. You have to work with your final balance. So I went through, I started all this in March when it was dreadful videos, but I started this off in March, and I've gone right up to June and itemised all the debts, how much was paid, if I've used it, because before download I had to use the credit card a bit. You think you're saving enough money, but not so much. But I'll know better next month. and then I have summarised them once a month. So I know my fella's paying out about £350 worth of his debt every month. So I've actually looked at my debtress thing, and now that is up to date up to the end of June. How much I've paid out on debts, more honestly than perhaps I was being, because it's going to get me nowhere if I'm not honest. So I'm looking at the July papers now. So what I've done is I've started off my own papers. So for example, credit cards, me Lowell's, how much I'm paying off every month on that, and I know exactly where I am at any given time. So I know exactly where I am on each individual debt, and then I have my monthly summary debt to see how much debt I've paid off over that month once I've added anything in I've had to use it for. I still have one debt that I have not sorted out a payment plan for. I'm going to give myself till the end of August and then contact them, because I am paying 2 of the Lowell's debts off, but this one had gone to something else. So I've got the contact details for them to sort out a repayment plan. Am I making a mistake? This isn't my question that I was telling you about in the beginning. This is an extra question. Am I making a mistake by not contacting them now? Is the question. Should I contact them in the beginning of August? Because I've got that £60. Should I contact them at the beginning of August rather than the end? This debt is actually a lot less than any of the other debts. Is it worth contacting them and getting that paid off maybe this side of Christmas? There's no interest on it. The interest I have is on my credit cards. There's no interest on anything else. So what do you think? Should I contact them for the beginning of the month, or should I leave it till the beginning of September? Okay, so I haven't added my debtress blocks for July yet. I will do that when I do my summary of the end of July next week, end of next week. Can't believe it's nearly August, can you? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's gone so fast. Doing all this and life and it just goes so fast. Yeah. So anyway, I've been looking at my credit score, and what I'm finding with my credit score is that I'm doing really well on ClearScore. For some reason, it just keeps going up, but Experian, it keeps going down, but I don't know why. Because to find out why, you have to pay them monthly to subscribe to them. Now, it's not a cheap to do. I think it worked out to £15 a month we have to pay. I mean, you get 1 month free, fab, but that's not going to help me in the long run. Does anybody else bother with their credit score? Or do you just think, well, hopefully what we're doing is actually going to help the credit score better? I'd be interested in what you think on that, because I don't know. I don't know what to make about it. This week, my other plans. I'm quite loath to spend money, so I'm doing a lot of stuff that I don't need to spend money on. This week coming, both me and my husband are off work. It's not often we get a few days together, because he works during the day and I work during the week, and mainly I work of a weekend because of the type of job I've got. So we're going to go in Liverpool at the moment in the museum. They've actually got an exhibition, a Doctor Who exhibition. I'm a Whovian. Nothing to do about that. I am a Whovian, and that will not change. And they've got loads of stuff there that we're going to go and have a look at. And that's not that we get 2 tickets because of my disabilities. So he comes as my carer. So that's what we're planning on doing. But also, every month we pay as a subscriber to Chester Zoo. It's only 45 minutes down the road. It's not so bad. And we haven't been there for ages, so we're hoping that the weather improves a little bit so we can go and spend a day down in Chester Zoo, because it doesn't cost us anything. But around the house, what we're going to be doing is decluttering and sorting. I'm not sure if I've ever said before, but I do tend to have depression. I'm on my happy pills. I do everything I can to try and counterbalance that. But I've got it got out of hand. The house got out of hand. I'm a hoarder because I don't like letting things go. So I'm going to be working on that this week, and hopefully I will be able to show you what I've been doing and how I've been improving. Whether I will have the confidence to show you before pictures, but I can always go through after pictures or just give you an idea of, because I've decided minimal living is going to be easier for me because I'm a hoarder. So going through stuff and getting rid of stuff and living in a minimal way excuse me, is going to be something that I'm going to try and do. I don't know if it's going to work, you know. I'm a sod for stuff. It's I'm very emotionally attached to stuff, so it's going to be a weird experience, but I'll let you all know what happens and how that goes. And I'll even take you some videos when I go to the zoo, or photographs at the zoo, and I'll send you some Doctor Who stuff. So it's going to be good. It'll be our week off. Alright, and so I think that's about it, really. I think there's nothing else to be talking about now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off, and at the end of the month I will do my plans for next month, and I will also go over where I am with my debts and whether or not I've paid off much debt in July. And I wish you all nice times. The kids are all off school. I don't have to worry about that no more. My kids are too tall for school. So have a lovely time if your kids are off, because it's brilliant. I used to love my kids being off. And have the best of times. And I'll see you all next week. Take care of yourself. Bye now. Bye.